Hello, welcome to your weather for the week ahead from the Met Office. Bit of a roller coaster this week. We're going to see big changes. We start blustery, a windy start, particularly in northern Scotland where there's a warning in force, and everywhere we'll experience a cold wind on Tuesday. Then things calm down. High pressure moves in. The winds turn a lot lighter, which means we'll see a return of frost and some fog. But then at the end of the week, we could see things flipping back and the winds starting to pick up, potentially getting very windy during the second half of the weekend. Let's take a look day by day and take a look at the big picture first of all. It's this area of high pressure which will dominate through the middle of the week, but it's not here yet. It's this low pressure to the north of Scotland. Look at those isobars really nipping together across northern Scotland. Very strong winds on Monday night. There is that warning in force, gusts of 60, 70, possibly around exposed coasts 80 miles an hour. That low pressure will also be throwing a lot of showers across the country on Tuesday morning. Some sleet and snow over the hills in northern Scotland, even to lower levels for a time. The showers drift southwards and the winds will bring a chilly feel, even though we do see things turning drier by the afternoon and we should see some sunny spells. So temperature-wise, well, actually the numbers on the thermometer will read around about, or maybe even a touch above average, 8, 9, 10 Celsius. But add on that wind, and particularly down the east coast, it is going to feel cold. Temperatures here feeling more like 2 or 3 Celsius at best. So a cold wind blowing on Tuesday, but things calming down on Tuesday night. As the high pressure moves in, the isobars space out, the winds fall light, and that will allow things to turn quite cold for Wednesday morning. A frost is likely in some spots, and we could see some fog around as well. Overall, though, it's a dry day. We'll see some bright or sunny spells coming through. If we do get some thick fog, though, it could take a while to clear. Maybe some drizzly rain at times across the far north of Scotland. Temperature-wise, well, again, 7, 8, 9 Celsius, but the winds won't be as strong. However, just bear in mind, if we do see some stubborn fog patches, temperatures won't be this high. They'll struggle to get much above freezing. Again, fog likely on Wednesday night as the winds are light across England and Wales. Not many isobars here. That high is just starting to wobble away. A bit more in the way of breeze across northern Scotland and Northern Ireland means here it won't be too foggy. And again, bar a bit of drizzle across the far northwest. It's a largely dry day on Thursday. A fair bit of cloud around, but we should see some sunny spells coming through at times, providing that fog shifts. And temperatures, again, single figures for the most part, and lower than these numbers if that fog doesn't clear away. Could again be some fog around on Friday morning as the high continues to dominate across England and Wales, but by this stage just notice those isobars just huddling together a little bit more. The breeze started to pick up and there are a couple of weather fronts on the chart. One could bring some patchy rain. Again, across the western coast it might just be a bit damp and a bit drizzly, but for most areas it's a dry day, predominantly cloudy. The winds are coming up from the south, which means if we see some breaks in the cloud, temperatures could get up to double digits. But it's going to be a cold start across the east, so temperatures here will struggle a little bit, 6 or 7 degrees Celsius. I mentioned those weather fronts starting to approach, and this one looks like getting on the scene during Friday night and into the weekend. Still a bit of uncertainty about that, of course, but the bigger picture reveals quite a dramatic change taking place out in the Atlantic as we go into the weekend. Looking high up in the atmosphere, this is the jet stream, and we could see a really powerful jet stream starting to develop at the end of the week across the Atlantic, and that will then drive areas of low pressure our way. Now, this is a few days off, of course, so it's difficult to say exact details of the weather into the weekend, but it could be quite a big change as we see initially some rain arriving in the west and then the winds picking up and the possibility of some very windy conditions. So the message at the moment is stay tuned to the forecast, day-by-day variations. The best way to stay up to date with those is to follow us on Twitter and Facebook.